Hi, my name's Cameron Carlson with AnimeLocation.tv. I'm here at Colossalcon 2015 with Mr. Matthew Mercer. How are you doing?
Doing quite well. Good to see you guys again.
It's very great to see you, too. So it's been a year since the last time we got the chance to talk to you. It was at MercerCon 2014. How have you been since then?
Busy. It's been very good. I have no point to complain. Work's been constantly and graciously coming in, and more and more fun projects coming up, and I've managed to convert some of my favorite playtime activities into work time activities in a good way. So it's been good.
Awesome. So, and again, related to the fun part of your job, the last time we got the chance to talk, we discussed your love for D&D. How does the campaign currently going involving your lovely friends out there in LA?
Well, we went from playing it privately for 2 years to now streaming it live weekly. Wow. We're on Geek and Sundry's Twitch stream every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But yeah, it's just me and a bunch of other great voice actors playing Dungeons and Dragons for 3 hours every Thursday night, and it's the nerdiest thing ever, and we love it. And it's found a great audience, a very gracious and wonderful fan base and chat room audience. So it's a great community, and it's a lot of fun. So check it out if you have the opportunity.
I didn't know that. That's actually pretty cool. Cool. I'll have to, if I have enough late night hours burned in me before I have to go to work in the morning, I'll try it. So on to more voice acting stuff. Blizzard seems to be a great company that you guys get to work out there in LA. How's it working on projects with them, knowing they have a lot of new products coming out? You have Hearthstone's currently out and doing fantastically well. You have Heroes of the Storm coming out shortly, and it's actually this weekend. It just came out this weekend for beta testing. Finally, yeah. And eventually the wink wink StarCraft 2 will be sometime out there coming up. So how's it like working with them?
It's wonderful. They're a great company. What I love about them is they still stand for quality over timelines, and they will work on a game until it's where they want it to be. Yeah. Much to the chagrin of gamers for a long time, as I still have my copy of Diablo 1 where it says coming soon in 1996, Diablo 2. I'm like, that didn't happen.
No, I still have it.
Yeah, but it's that quality that they adhere to that makes them such a prestigious company, and so being a part of that, being in these properties, and being able to do Rexar and all these characters in World of Warcraft, and then in Hearthstone being Rexar again, and being able to do taking over for Ragnaros and Nefarian for the new expansion was a huge honor for me, because those are characters I used to raid with back in Vanilla WoW. And then I do Rhaegar in Heroes of the Storm, so being a part of that was a lot of fun, to bring that orcish character to life, and hopefully more in the future. And that Overwatch game looks really cool. Yeah. So a lot of really exciting stuff, and they're a wonderful company that work really collaboratively with the artists, so it's fun.
Awesome. And then now on to another big name company that you got to work with was Bungie. Launched Destiny last year. We didn't have a chance to talk about it because it's still kind of under wraps. Yeah. So how is it like being able to be part of that and being part of the game and being the male voice of the human? Like, how did you go about that? Especially you have to play off Peter Dinklage.
Yeah. Which, the mileage may vary on your opinion of Dinklage's performance in the game. But I first off, Bungie is another one of those companies. They made Halo. They made such a cornerstone of the gaming market. Right. Basically sold the Xbox as a system, period. Yep. So being able to work with that company and work on their next big franchise push was a huge honor, let alone one that has that wonderful kind of like shooter RPG. Yeah, it was a really cool, very risky but very cool maneuver, and it's an amazing game, and to be able to be part of the player's experience if they choose human, which you better. I know other cool voice actors too, but you should be human. It's a lot of fun to be able to say that people are playing through that experience as me. So it's a big geeky fun time.
Yeah, because I watch a lot of my friends play it when I go over to their house. It's a lot of fun. Now, another series that we didn't get the chance to talk about, a series of games we didn't talk about last time was the Resident Evil, or for some people, Biohazard, depending on where you live in the world. For others, how is it being in those games, especially in 5, knowing that Mr. DC Douglas was plotting something the whole time?
Well, I've been a fan of that franchise from the very beginning, and so being able to step into that, let alone for a character that I already, had a love for, was very wonderful and very daunting, because waiting for the fan base to jump on you if you messed it up. But no, Leon is such a close character to my heart, so I love playing him, being part of that world. And DC, well, if not just Wesker, but if DC is plotting something, Wesker I'm sure was plotting something, but I'm sure DC's been plotting something the exact same timeline as Wesker, which is part of the reason they cast him. So even to be in that same world, like me and DC become friends through that. Me and Roger become friends through that. Like it's brought a lot of those worlds together outside of the game. So I don't know, it's just been a great big ball of positive since the beginning. So I love it.
Yeah, because I've only met DC once, so it was a treat to meet him. Yeah. Have you ever seen his Twitter?
Oh yeah. Oh Oh yeah.
No, in our last interview, you had told people to go out there and just to remember to go off and play, be it board games, RPGs, books, other tabletop stuff. What inspires you to go out and play the way you do in these worlds? I mean, what really inspires you to go off and do what you do when you say play?
I think, and it's hard to describe because it's so easy to kind of forget and learn how to quantify that experience. But looking back to when you were a kid in your front yard picking up sticks, pretending you're fighting off, giant beasts to save a damsel, or, there's something about removing those or finding a space where it's safe enough where you don't worry about those social judgments, where you don't feel like you have to present yourself as an adult, as a responsible human being that society is looking for, and allow yourself to just imagine and have fun and riff and improvise and be silly and fall down and make mistakes. And it's just those environments, those board games and RPGs are environments where it's not just allowed, it's recommended. Yeah. And I think that's what's so wonderful about those experiences for me. And like through Critical Role and watching so many people who either haven't played in years or have never played role-playing games and tabletop games get into them and discover that within themselves has been absolutely thrilling. So that's the best way I can describe what going out and learning how to, and finding your way to play again kind of really comes to is just letting go of all those inhibitions and being able to imagine again.
Alrighty, and another fun thing going back onto the Critical Role stuff is that we discussed in your last interview your love for D&D universe and everything, and with obviously your friends. And do you feel your time though as a DM helps you be a better actor and voice actor, given you have to generate the world through storytelling to other members of the party? I mean, because you have to literally immerse yourself into, I'm going to be the narrator. I'm also going to be the guy that unfortunately has to do some stuff to the characters that I really wouldn't want to have to do because I'm the DM. But you have to generate that world for people. You have to literally get people into that world. So do you feel by doing that, you also generate a better voice acting roles for yourself when you go to do other voice acting projects?
I'd say yes. I've had many characters that I've auditioned for using NPCs I created for my campaigns. Like I get audition sides like, oh, that's totally Natiba Curios, or oh, that's totally Grimthorn. Like these are all guys I've used in my games that I established a voice for uniquely, and then it became part of my repertoire. So it helped in that regard. But also when you design NPCs and you design really good, long-standing NPCs in these games, you have to think about not just where they came from and where they're going, but what their wants are, what their fears are, kind of what the basis of their drive in this world is that the players can then play off of, and you have a good strong base to improv off of. And so that is a large way close to the actor's experience of defining a character, breaking them apart from the inside and learning what makes them tick so you can embody that role. And so, yeah, it's been a tremendous and unexpectedly synergistic experience being a dungeon master and being an actor. So it's been great.
Alrighty, and now are there any upcoming titles you want fans to know about that they can see, considering we have the pesky NDAs out there?
Yes. Coming up at the end of this month is Arkham Knight, the new Batman game.
Oh, is it this month?
It comes at the end of June, where I play Tim Drake, Robin. I'm really stoked about that. So that made me happy. Really, really fun project to work on. Very dark. This one.
Yeah. I saw a clip of it for about 8 minutes off Xbox, outside Xbox on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is because I heard Steve magically in it because I'm like, he's a grunt. He's getting his butt kicked by.
Yep.
by Batman. But it was really funny. So
yeah, it was rated mature for a reason.
Okay. I was saying if the other ones were kind of.
They were teen. They were teen. This is the first one to push to mature, and there's reasons. It's dark. It's grown with the audience, definitely.
Yeah.
That one's cool. Also, there's on YouTube, there's a fun DC kids series that just came out, animated series called Super Friends.
Oh yeah.
A new Super Friends that I play Superman and Two-Face in. Travis Willingham plays Lex Luthor, and we have a bunch of other great voice actors you'll recognize in there as well. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. There's the Wabbit cartoon coming up in August, the new Bugs Bunny cartoons. I'll be in quite a few of those, so keep an ear out. And then, what other things can I talk? Oh, no, I can't talk about that. There's cool stuff coming up. Check me out on Twitter, and I'll have updates when they happen.
and as you had mentioned, Twitter is a great way to follow you. What's your Twitter handle? Because I think that's pretty much the greatest way to follow you is on Twitter, correct?
I would say I've been more and more active as time goes by. So you can follow me there on @MatthewMercer, and it's a great way to just ask questions, figure out what I've been up to, and if I have any updates or announcements, they'll usually go up there first. So yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Matt, so much for coming out here and talking with us. Thank you so much. All right.
Yeah, you guys take care. Until the next time. Ooh.